Good day, everyone. My name is Anjulia J. Gutierrez, and I'm from Section D, Group 1 of Dev 208. And I'll be discussing part 4 of our term project entitled Unlad Klase. So, this is in line with SDG number 4, which is quality education. Part 4 will be focusing on the social mobilization plan of Unlad Klase. So, first, I'd like to reiterate that a social mobilization plan is an integrative process where stakeholders are stimulated to become active participants in social change using diverse strategies to meet shared goals. So, this is according to UNICEF's Social Behavioral Change Guidance. First, I'll be talking about the advocacy of Unlad Klase. So the goal for this advocacy is to push for a higher budget allocation and local fund use for classroom improvements. So despite the Department of Education or DepEds receiving the largest share of the national budget, which is 1.05 trillion in 2025, a significant portion is allocated to personnel services, which leaves limited funds for infrastructure upgrades. This underscores the need for targeted advocacy to ensure funds are directed towards classroom improvement. So, despite um, the more than 1 trillion pesos of allocation um, for the Department of Education, most public school classrooms around the Philippines still needs more attention and improvements. Some action steps for this could be launching online petitions and open letters to local government units or LGUs and local lawmakers, and organizing community forums to discuss the importance of infrastructure investments in education, and finally encouraging LGUs to use part of their SEF or special education fund for school improvements. Next, I'll be discussing the IEC, the Information, Education, Communication. So the goal for this one is to humanize the issue using real voices and visual storytelling. By utilizing real life stories and visuals, we can effectively convey the challenges faced by students and educators. For instance, the Synergia Foundation's partnership with over 450 LGUs have led to significant improvements in education quality through community engagement. So, Synergia Foundation is an NGO that does teacher training for public school teachers. So, in relation to this, programs like Synergia's Foundation's reading proficiency program has caused a visible improvement in the reading skills of children. Organization of parent support system for learning, and it boosted high morale for teachers and empowerment of other stakeholders. Um, some action steps for this could be posting regular content like a day in the life of a student in a makeshift classroom to help people relate and see the real struggles of both students and educators. And by this, we should use real stories and visuals to show what students and teachers really go through on a day-to-day basis. And by sharing these materials on social media platforms, um, schools can reach broader audiences to help garner some assistance and help. Next, I'll be talking about community organizing. So, the goal for this is to engage barangays and schools to run grassroots initiatives. Community involvement is actually very crucial for sustainable change. By establishing partnerships with local organizations, we can facilitate resource mobilization and support for infrastructure projects, such as for Unlad Klase. Some possible action steps for this is to form small volunteer groups within schools and barangays to plan local activities like school cleanups or repainting drives, collaborating with local businesses and civic organizations for resources and expertise, and engaging with the PTA for feedback and support. And next, I'll be talking about capability building. The goal for this is to empower students and teachers with advocacy and storytelling skills. By providing training in advocacy and storytelling, it equips students and teachers to effectively communicate their needs and mobilize support from the local community and the local government. Some action steps for this is to teach students and teachers basic storytelling or advocacy skills like how to write about their experiences, make posters and make videos, etc. And develop resource materials to guide participants in creating compelling narratives about their experiences and what they need, and by helping communities understand how to access or request for their special education fund from their local government. So training programs have been shown to increase civic participation among youth, and it enhances their ability to advocate for educational improvements. And next, we have networking and alliance building. So, our goal for this one is to collaborate with NGOs, local businesses, and civic groups. So, building alliances with various stakeholders can help amplify efforts and provide additional resources for infrastructure projects. Some possible action steps for this is to reach out to organizations like Synergia Foundation, Education Foundation Philippines, or even local Rotary and Lion clubs for partnership opportunities. And engaging corporate sponsors through corporate social responsibility or CSR initiatives. So this could come from private businesses and offices and corporations. And finally, reaching out to local businesses who would want to quote unquote adopt a school or adopt their local private school to help the children and help the teachers and even help the infrastructure projects that they need. So, in conclusion, social mobilization is definitely more than a campaign. It's a movement which is powered by stories, real stories, sustained by communities, and driven by the belief that every child deserves a decent place to learn. Like, so, Unlad Klase isn't just a name. It isn't just a program. It can be a call to lift every classroom, every voice, and every future. Here are my sources, and thank you for listening.